I'm Sarah Knight, and welcome to It's Got Pockets, where just like finding the surprise pockets in your favourite trousers, I'm bringing you perfect pockets of joy and realness. Every week, I'm having unfiltered conversations with women who crack the feck on, even when life gets proper lifey. Women with experience, expertise and wisdom. Because sometimes the best stories start in the middle. Women who've been there, done that, and they're still figuring it out. Join me for real talk, useful tactics, and all the swears in between that make your life and business feel that bit more manageable. Well, hello, you gorgeous humans. How is everybody? Welcome back to a little episode of It's Got Pockets with me in your ear, maybe bringing a little sanity soundbite to your day. Maybe giving yourself a little bit of something to think about. This is a podcast for women who are, frankly, ready to reignite their fires, ready to reclaim themselves, but yet feel totally and utterly knackered and always on and never stopping. And the fact it's so bloody, utterly relentless all the time. It's exhausting, it's brilliant, it's worrying, it's worryingly exciting. It's full to the brim of urgency of wanting to crack on. That's what I feel all the time is, oh my God, I need to get going. Oh my God, I need a break. Sometimes it feels as easy as spreading some gorgeous, slightly salted West Country butter on a spongy piece of sourdough. Or is that just where my brain is at the moment? I'm just thinking about bread and butter all the time. Or Jaffa cakes. Jaffa cakes work too. With coffee or mocha or, yes, all the food. But sometimes it's really uneasy. It's full to the brim of what ifs and buts and maybes and tension and undisclosed worries and all the things that are going on in your brain, all the bloody tabs that are constantly opening your brain, that cacophony of noise that never fucking stop. Those undisclosed worries that you can never quite let get to the surface, because if they took hold just for a minute, it can turn the unease into something that you can't actually control. Some days it feels laugh out loud, eyes leaking with all the love and the fun that you've surrounded yourself with the most brilliant of humans. You've got your tribe. You're finally in the room with the people that you want to be in there. Your circle might be smaller, but it's the people that you really care about. It's those people that you know are going to hold you up and hold you close and you can lean into them. But sometimes the days and the eyes, they threaten to leak with the weight of all the shoulds. All the things that you should be doing, that list of never-ending shoulds of all the pressure that we put ourselves under. Some days there's a whole heap of fuck its and crack-ons, and some days there's a whole heap of fuck it alls. Yet still, my friends, still we fucking crack on. We're also maybe rocking in a corner whispering what the fuck under our breaths, whilst cherishing every minute, whilst feeling really lucky that we're here and maybe others around us aren't here. Breathing in the beauty of life and life in, feeling like it's so bloody precious that it could shatter at any given moment. This morning, my beautiful 23-year-old had an anxiety bubble. 4 years ago, she was involved in a life-altering accident, which has massively and hugely impacted her mental health. All our mental health, but hers. She's brilliant. She is doing brilliantly. She has an amazing job as a sports coach, and I'm her crutch, in the mornings. And frankly, it's bloody exhausting when you're already knackered and you're already on and you've not even opened your eyes. I want to inhale and absorb her anxiety so she can crack on with hope, with determination, with optimism, with all the grit that she has, doing the things that she does, following the life that she wants to lead. My 19-year-old is a uni student and a Thai boxer, and he's currently in fight camp, as he prefers, for a boxing match in 3 weeks. Didn't actually think it could get worse than being on those football sidelines for years and years and years. But it turns out watching your son in a boxing ring has a whole other different side of worries. It's intense. He's in full-on fight camp. The nutrition is all consuming, let alone the training that he's doing. And then beside that, I've got my ride or dies, my amazing friends who are all going through huge life-changing moments of dropping their babies off at university this week, letting them go so they can grow. The amount of texts that we've been exchanging about all the ugly crying that we've been doing as we've been trying to hold it together, as they've been packing up their rooms to watch their kids go on to new adventures, knowing that it's a different life stage. It's a different life stage for us. And that was me last year when I dropped the 19-year off. It was me when I dropped the 23-year off. It just felt so big. It was so big because we're letting our kids go into a completely new life stage. And there's so often that we're now looking at it from the sidelines, ready to catch, ready to hold, ready to support, but still, lessening control, if that's even possible. In fact, I'm not sure that's possible at all. My dad's got 2 cancers and advanced kidney disease. Now, it turns out you can actually live with cancer. Who knew? Turns out you can't actually live without your kidneys, and you certainly can't live, as the consultant told us. Life is unsustainable when kidney function gets to 6%. My dad's is on 14%. I'm going to move really quickly because the emotion there is absolutely bubbling, and that's our life stage. There's so many of us that are going through it, that deep ache of knowing that something's coming, something I can't control, mixed with the need to make all these moments count, to find out about the stories and the histories of my mum and my dad, because their siblings have now corked it and they've got deaded, and therefore the stories that mum and dad hold stay with them, and I need to find them out. I need to make them count. I'm trying to imprint all the conversations I'm having with dad, because I know at some point there's going to be no more. Whew, get through that. And then there's the laughter and the love as we sit around the kitchen table with me and my kidults and my mum and my dad, and we're still playing Uno, laughing, just being. But there's the knowing, the ticking time bomb, that this is the time that counts. And all the time I'm running a business. I'm full to brim of the love, the drive, the ambition and the passion for this thing that I'm building, this podcast that I do all the time. The community that I'm building in Found Her Fire, with the women in the same life stage as us coming into the right rooms, and knowing I'm just not done yet. My mum's lost a brother. She's facing a future without a husband. She's frustrated. I'm trying to catch her now. I heard a new phrase yesterday. We're now carents. We're now caring from our parents. Our caregiving doesn't stop, and it lands mainly and fully with us as women, and adds to all the other stuff that we want to do. I'm watching my mum crack on with her grit, her drive, her fierce determination, and a constant supply of rich tea biscuits. Although, why would you choose rich tea biscuits? I mean, surely you'd go for something a little bit stronger. Maybe a caramel hobnob or just a caramel digestive. I mean, really rich teas. But all the while that this is going on, I'm still discovering and building the business where I've finally found my purpose. It's taken me years. I've finally found my ikigai. I blinking love what I do. I sit on calls with clients, helping, supporting and enabling them to find their fire, to keep their fire, to reignite their fire. I work with organisations igniting fires of passion and purpose and potential of all their people. I bloody love it. It's life lifting. It absolutely fills me with joy and purpose and potential. But then when I travel with work, even the dog gets separation anxiety. The daughter worries about keeping everyone safe. The son walks the dog. No one clears the crumbs out of the sink and takes the stuff up the stairs. And I always come back to a little bit of chaos, which I'm craving. And then within 5 minutes, I want the peace and quiet. There's all that duality of emotions and managing of all the roles and managing of the drive, the ambition, the need to make it count, the ease, the unease, the holding the sky up for all the people around me, needing me, relying on me. And sometimes it's all consuming. It is relentless. But it doesn't stop me laughing and living and loving life. It doesn't stop me leaving podcast long messages to my ride or dies, bemoaning all the shit as we share the load. It's also unrelenting. And then there's the roar of that bloody hormonal rollercoaster that brings with it the rage, the midlife melancholy, the itchy ears, and all the manner of symptoms that we were never signposted under that banner of menopause. And you think at 52 you're over it, but then all of a sudden something else happens and you're like, oh no, it's still here. It's still here niggling my noggin. But then there's the freedom that this life stage brings, the knowing that you only have so many fucks to give, and you're going to place them really intentionally and not waste a second in rooms where you don't fit, in rooms where you don't feel welcome, not going to put your energy in there anymore. There's the pure joy of sitting with your people, your tribe, the joy of sitting simply with just a brew for 5 minutes. There's the pleasure and the pride of watching your kids grow, the pain of letting them go, the joy of spending time with your kiddos, inhaling their lives, their adventures, their conversations, and yearning, aching for 5 more minutes of their time. And then there's that yearning for solitude and peace, to step away from the cacophony of all the noise, which also includes my husband's chewing and his tapping. But then there's all this noise that go on, and you also feel isolated and lonely and craving someone to just get it without having to explain, without having to ask for it, because we also find it really difficult to show that need, that weakness. We can feel flat, feel hemmed in, feel ready to conquer the world with another slurp of coffee. And do you know what? My story, this story, is not bloody unusual. This is what you're going through. Or maybe it's your sister, your mum, your wife, your colleague, your boss, your friend. And it's so often unseen. It's why I created Found Her Fire, because the scaffolding we need around us to crack on, to find and keep our fire, is absolutely critical to us thriving. I don't want to just survive in this life stage. I want to thrive. I want us all to thrive, to live life to the full, even with all the bloody stuff that's going on, because this is life in. The duality of emotions is life in. This is what we talk about when we talk about the emotion load, when we talk about holding the sky up. This is what we're holding when we smile and say everything is fine. This is also why women 40 plus need more support, more complete ecosystems in work, in life, in conversation. We are the sum of so many different parts, of always moving parts. We are muddied and we are wise, and we will always be ready to crack the fuck on. We are determined, we are unflinching, we are absorbing, we are fully involved, we are quaking inside, we are never wavering. And maybe we're always rebuilding, maybe we're actually reclaiming who we are, the scent of possible, of realising that adulting is never about having it all nailed down. It's about navigating a path of figuring it out and trying to always find our feet. Maybe that's what adulting's about, because I've still not found the fucking manual. In fact, I'm going to write the manual with all the rules in that actually we can then rip up and then write again. But this and these are the women leading businesses, leading teams, running businesses, ricocheting from thing to thing, from business to life, to personal, to caregiving, whilst never giving yourself a break. You are unstoppable, unbreakable, unrelenting. I see you, my friend. We ride together. See you next time. As we button up another episode of It's Got Pockets, remember that just like that perfect dress with hidden storage, you've got pockets of potential. You can be exactly who you are meant to be, with no one getting in your way, not even yourself. Just remember, you're not done yet. That plan B or plan C might be waiting for you. If you've enjoyed this episode and would like to work with me, or simply want to connect, come and find me at sarahknightconsultancy.co.uk, or on LinkedIn, you'll find me as Nighty S. See you next time.